All right. Okay. How was your event? How is it going, everyone? Good. How's it going, everyone? Yes, that's what I'm talking. I know a day and a half goes by very quickly. C'est passe vraiment rapide. J'espère que vous avez passé de très bons moments ensemble en train de coder. Vous allez nous présenter. Avant d'arriver aux présentations, quickly, so en français, en anglais, I want to hear just how was your PrideHacks? Who? Facebook. I want someone to share.
Went by too fast. It went by too fast, yeah. We did a website like overhaul for BELI.
Fabulous. Can't wait to hear about it. Did you have fun?
Yeah, lots of fun. Made a lot of friends.
Good. Awesome. Une autre personne ici de ce côté?
Oui, donc c'était super intéressant. On est travaillé pour AGIR, puis étonnamment, on avait deux personnes qui étaient spécialisées exactement dans le domaine qu'ils avaient besoin. Puis personnellement, moi, j'ai appris beaucoup aussi. Fait que c'était vraiment une belle équipe.
Merci beaucoup. Yeah. My day was fabulous also. I talked to a lot of you. C'est parfait comme ça. As you, before we get started today, just a reminder with our land acknowledgement that, I want to begin by acknowledging that QueerTech is located on unceded indigenous land. The AIESEC Nation is recognized as the custodian of the lands and the waters on which we gather today. I don't have the French translation, so I'll let you translate it mentally. Next. Okay, parfait. Again, thank you to our host. I hope you enjoy working on this floor with the view and that it was a great experience. So thank you again to our host, PwC. Thank you. Thank you. And also, thank you to our host for the cocktail event. Who was at the cocktail event here? Yeah, did you have a good time? Did you met a lot of new people? It was a fabulous evening. It was nice to see everyone coming together and hanging out. And big thank you to our sponsors. Because we have sponsored, we can get free tasty eclairs. So thank you. Give them a big applause. That's something like, by the way, if anyone needs seconds or thirds, you can go there and get it. But no, thank you again, Moment Factory, PwC, our Pride partners, Cloud Chamber, Google Chrome, TouchTunes, Accenture, Stanlight, Montreal Pride, Twitter, Oral Health, Pride at Work, and AIESEC. Thank you so much to these sponsors. Give them another big round of applause. And also thank you to our annual sponsors for supporting QueerTech and the organization, RBC, Simple, Moment Factory, Google Chrome, TouchTunes, Sun Life, Oral Health, and AIESEC. Please give them a big warm of applause. They feed you a lot of drinks and food in the last 3 days. So thank you to them. If you're looking for a job, all these companies are hiring. You can apply through our talent network. QueerTech.org/jobs, or you can come talk to us and we'll be happy to make any introductions. What is this? Okay, great. So now keep connected, so I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Naufal. To be fair, I asked Naufal to do that whole introduction like 5 minutes ago. So big round of applause for Naufal. He's like, I'm so exhausted, but okay. Again, thank you so much for being here this weekend. I know I saw how hard everyone was working. Hi to everybody who's online. We're going to get right to the project presentations in just a moment. I'm really excited to see the output of all the work that you put into this weekend. I felt like the energy in the room was really special. It was great to see everybody come together and collaborate. I love that we were able to identify skills and then find people to fill those skills pretty easily. So that's the power of community. I was telling Lucas earlier that I don't think I've ever seen that happen so quickly and with such ease. So thank you to all of you for being gracious and respectful and kind and just adaptable throughout the whole process. And we really appreciate all of your time and effort on all of the projects here. Um, I just wanted to go through a few quick slides. You know, we want to make sure that you keep connected with QueerTech beyond the event. So if you take a picture of this QR code, it actually has our link tree with all of our most up-to-date links. So feel free to keep connected that way. And then quickly, again, we are hiring. So if you know anybody who's an amazing events and marketing person, we're looking for someone to join the team and really help us scale some of our events across Montreal, Toronto, and beyond. And with that, we're going to go right into the presentations. So I randomly put them in order. We're just going to go through them as quickly as possible. What to expect is that I'll call the teams up one at a time. The teams can send up one or all of you, but please just keep the speaking to just a few. And then remember, we're presenting to the audience at home as well. So just stay like right in this general area. I think from here to about this side will be preferred. I'll hand over the microphone to whoever's speaking, and we'll try to get through these as quickly as possible. I know everybody's had a really long weekend, so again, we appreciate it, and we'll try to get everybody through the presentations and then enjoy some sweets and head on out. So first up, and of course my computer's gonna start. You know, there we go. The LGBT plus Family Coalition. Come on up.
If anyone else wants to come join me up here, that'd be awesome. You're welcome to, if you want. Thank you. All right, cool. So what do we do? This was kind of neat because it was a very like human-centric project. And since we're working for not-for-profits, kind of the point. So pretty great. How do I change slides here? Just click. Yeah. No.
No, did you put yours in the Google Doc?
No, I couldn't find that. I swear someone slipped it in after. We're way down. I pasted it in after. I even made my own off-brand slide.
Okay, let me check. One moment, please.
I think we're like the third. You know, let's just call the people after and then we'll come back. Maybe even all of us.
Yeah. Let me see where you're at though.
And yeah, so I'm just worried about. I don't know how many people come things in.
All right. Ellie.
No, that's us. Okay, let me try. Yeah.
All right, well, just one moment while we find your slides. Why don't can you access it on your side and add them in?
Yeah.
And go to the next group.
I don't know, like they're not there. Okay, I'll figure it out.
All right, AGIR, come on up. Anybody else from your group coming up? You can just use the arrows, I think.
Arrows or space or.
Let me.
Oh.
Now it should work.
Yeah. So actually, it's about the workplace security. Like we had a problem once with the laptop security. So we are here to work on the security part. So the risk is that we have a sensitive data breach, and the project requirements are that they have to encrypt the data, and they have to manage the applications which can be installed and which not, and locate or lock a device and erase the data in case of lost or stolen device. And the solution that we have provided is about the mobile device management that we are going to install in the system. So this is like a overall setup, and which Patricia can do.
Hi. So this is a basic background that explains how the MDM, the mobile device management, works. So the basic parts are three of these parts here. So these at the bottom are the devices that are managed. They are managed through what we call a mobile device management. Those are provided by private companies. There's various MDM available in the market. And to work, they work with Apple, with the Apple push notification service. So all the comments, profile, and everything goes through the APM to manage devices. To make it more easier to enroll and manage devices, what we recommended is to get an Apple purchase account. So this is a way for the AGIR to purchase new devices, iPhones, MacBooks, etc., and to manage them within their company. So once they get the purchase account, they can get Apple Business Manager. So every device, new devices that they purchase, get added automatically to the app, the APM. And once this is done, it allows them to do the automated enrollment. So in the MDM, the devices show up and they can be assigned and to enroll. So when a new computer, for example, gets opened, instead of going through the normal setup process, it gets automatically enrolled and skip all the steps to the end. So the device is managed this way. It is still possible to manually enroll devices, but you are limited in the more advanced features that only are available to be with the automated enrollment. So all this system is there to manage the devices and provide all the features we talked earlier. So you can erase the device, you can manage the apps installed on it, push security policies like encrypting the device, making the password mandatory, etc. So that's it.
Thanks, Patricia. Patricia and the responsive person, Dimitri, they are the main technical guys in our team, and we also have 3 more people, and they are also helped in with the basic checks and what are all compatible and all that. So the solution that we have temporarily offered is the Jump Now application, which we have tested on 2 devices already and which is working. That will be like a proof of concept. So that's currently free for 3 devices. And since it is just a test mode, we have done it for free on 2 devices. And we have also made an application with Mosaic, which is free for 30 devices. And both systems will meet the needs of the device management. And for the long run, so basically we have recommended 2 applications that can support this MDM. And one is the Mosaic, which is a free software, but it cannot be activated immediately. So we are waiting on that. The second is the Jam, which is a paid subscription, but allows 3 free device configurations. So that's what we have tested. So for the long run, like Patricia already said, this is all the steps that we have to follow. The team in the organization will work on that. And the important considerations are since nobody knows anything about MDM, we need at least 2 staffs to work on this. And there is also license and certificate which have to be installed annually. That they are very important, And and they're both only compatible only for the iOS devices, and currently they only have iOS devices.
Which means for that they are not compatible with Windows or Android devices. But since Azure only owns Apple-made devices, it's worked perfectly for them.
Thank you. Thanks to my team. They are doing good.
Thank you. Great. We're going to keep things moving and get to the next presentation. I'm going to see, are you ready? All right, come back up. Thanks, Mitch.
I guess in fact, this slide people coming me up again. You can see it. Okay.
Let me see.
Not in right after this one. Yeah, there it is. All right. Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah. I think I have to refresh this one.
I hope that's the right one. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
All right, cool. It's nice to be back. That's great. Cool. All right, what we put up there. Okay, so there was a couple of really important. Come on, bit. Okay, so a couple of really important issues is that we're talking about a site that does advocacy and provides resources both for professionals and for individuals. And what was happening is a lot of people would get onto the site and then just call and say, hey, like, where's this thing, or what do you do? So when we did a site review, we found that while a lot of the messaging was there, the flow of it didn't make that much sense, the accessibility, just the wording and all of that, it was kind of getting a bit lost in the mix. So what we want to do is clarify the services and the benefits being offered. We really switched from like a feature-based kind of, here are the types of things that happen, to like, here's what we do, here's how it can benefit you, here's how you know if you should be like clicking into the site or going here or there. So we really focused on that, improving the navigation experience. It's hard to get a sense of what was on the site. And then also just reorganizing some of the information, because there's tons and tons of resources, but it wasn't necessarily that easy to get to. Okay, so number one, this was, so in terms of the progress, for a lot of the design stuff, we ended up finding that we just could not track down how the page content was actually loaded. It's, as far as I've seen, a weird WordPress setup. So we did the whole conceptual part and we kind of stopped there. But basically, here we have the benefits, who we are, a really nice quick point. And so we asked the question, when you land on the homepage right at the top, what is the job, right? What do we want people to understand? What do we want them to do? And you know, you've only got like sometimes half a second, not too long. So we made sure that one, the information for who it is there. And then also the thing that's really important is just to be able to make a donation. So that's a little bit out of proportion, but you can see the navigation at the top. We added that button to try and get both objectives. It was a little bit tricky to untangle just because there were like two objectives. So that's what we came to. We also added a search bar to the front page so people can jump right in. We tried to make it really accessible, so we found one with an Ajax search, which for the less technical just means that it's actually going to populate the results while you type. It also does a highlighting thing, which is pretty nifty, so makes it really easy to see if something you're interested in is on the site, does fuzzy search and all that, so you don't have to be too precise. We started implementing drop-down menus as well, so that when you mouse over, you can actually see what is in each section. So all of these give the user like really great, or at least much better ways to get into the site, see what's there, but hopefully not feel overwhelmed by it. You know, testing, pending. Okay, reorganization of information. This was awesome, mostly because I hate doing UX stuff, and we had someone really great doing it, Hannah, thank you, who went around and tested with Wikipedia. But it's so important to do. So we figured out, are the hierarchies correct? Do these make sense to people? And as far as we could tell in the limited testing, yes. Actually, I didn't do this section at all, so I don't know if someone else wants to talk about it who's knowledgeable. Otherwise, I'll just like hand my way through it. You didn't touch that either, right? Okay, so we did reorganize the tools a little bit. So actually, we didn't go ahead and do this, but the resources section were in this kind of layout that's not quite as intuitive to kind of understand the categorization. So this is what we proposed in terms of reworking it, though it didn't get there. Yes, so we have over here, oh yeah, the news section. Yeah.
also tried, we also began improving the news section. Now we had some technical blockers, so we couldn't fully finish, but we do have a draft live that I could show. So the problem with, is it okay if I navigate to a web page? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I can just. I can just say, so the challenge was that the news articles, like the news events, things are coming up, things that are time sensitive, were hidden all the way at the bottom of the page. So you had to scroll all the way at the bottom, and only the last 3 were visible. The rest were hidden. So what we did is we added a dedicated menu button for the news. And we had a dedicated news section with filtering. So for specific types of news, if you want news about jobs, if you want news about cultural projects, community projects, you can people can find specifically what they like. Yeah, so we had some technical blockers, as we said, but we do have a live part that is in progress, but it's functional.
So yeah, in the end, you know, we Kanban this thing out. We ended up getting through quite a few things. Apparently, we were removing weird characters from the site. Tracked those down, then got figured out how to upload plugins, figured out what plugins could be used, tested a few of them, got the filtering up. The filtering is great because it's a proof of concept for all the resource sections. So now the resources for professionals, the resources for families can all be filtered in that way too over time. So it kind of builds it up, and we'll probably end up just pushing through the last couple of things. So I believe that is the project. Now, real quick, everyone on the team, you want to stand up? You don't have to come here, just stand up where you are. Come on. It would be ridiculous to say we had the best team, because how could I know? But it certainly feels that way. So thank you, everyone. It's been such an awesome experience. Thank you. Before I break something.
Awesome. That was really fantastic, and great job working through the presentation as well. Next up, let's see who we have. Project 10. And you're gonna start. Okay. And you also sent me an file, right? Or did you put it into the?
It's at the very end, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it fits your slide.
Did you put it at the very end? Okay, well, why don't I have you guys come back up and we'll just stay in presentation. I have multiple screens doing multiple things, so. All right, we'll go to BELI next. If you click the link on the slide, but you have to click on that one. It's not mirrored. So that's the complication.
Cool. What would you feel about that?
Okay, anyway, just, technical, never mind. Here, I think I'm going first.
Stay close, just.
Sorry.
Yeah, here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina. My pronouns are she, her.
My name's Carol. My pronouns are she, her.
I'm Jess. My pronouns are they, them. Do the other members of our team wanna?
You want to just see?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then over there, we have also Pauline, she, her, and then Pablo, he, him. Yeah, and then we have some members also who are online. So Lucas, Kieran, thank you. This is our first picture. Yeah, do you want to intro it?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so this is a picture we took with our absentee members that were amazing. So thanks, everyone. So our
project we worked with for BELI. So BELI is a community of proudly successful Black professionals who paved the way and are eager to help pave yours. They mentor Black talent to the executive level and make the greater Montreal area, make sure Black talent have a fair chance at the executive table. So our project specifically was to do a website overhaul with their new branding. So first and foremost, Figma Designs. I think you need to.
It's on this slide, so if you
Okay.
see the mouse just hovering.
Oh, no, it's the
Right.
next slide, right?
Oh, yeah, the next one.
Oh.
Okay, go down to the left.
Down.
Click.
Yay, we did it. Okay.
Oh, I think I'm on the wrong.
Oh,
one.
yes. I was working on 3 different projects, so
You want me to change the link in that
wait, I think I,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
okay,
Okay.
cool. And
Oh, you're
then,
right. You want the,
yes, but.
I
first
can hold the mouse too.
Thank you. There was a prototype link, but, oh, I'll go up there. Yeah, so a lot of this was, a lot of the beauty that you see from it was given to us by the rebrand that BELI did recently with I believe probably a design firm. So our job, and as a UX designer, I was just putting all that together. So, coming up with how the navigation on the site should be, kind of the flow of the website. They mentioned that they wanted to use the pictures and the little graphic elements to create a story-driven kind of narrative for their front page. So you might see in the demo, like the live demo later, that there might be kind of like little animations that appear as the elements scroll into view. But yeah, this is kind of what we have here. And then the homepage is a bit of a one-pager that has all the kind of like quick little bits of what you would need to know from BELI. These are animations that are not working in this prototype. And yeah, pretty simple. This is the contact form. So yeah, this is how the kind of final design for the Figma looked. There wasn't too much UX process behind it. It was a lot of just like, how can we bring all these high fidelity elements together? But yeah, that's pretty good, I think. And we will share the final,
Yeah, the final one. Can I pass this one to
Yeah.
you? Okay. You have to go left, and then up, up,
here,
yeah.
okay,
And click on it, I think with the one, yeah, and then you just go down.
okay. Where did the mouse
I don't know,
go?
what if you move the mouse now? This is
Oh,
like where's
right, we got
Waldo?
it.
It's like everything, we don't
Okay.
know, insider knowledge. Yeah, so this is what the website looks like now. We had our developers work on it, and we were doing like WordPress. So you just like go down, looks pretty close to what the Figma is. So we're pretty proud of that. It was not easy. But it was good. It was good. It was good. We're a great team. We have our vision page, which looks like this. Okay, and then we also have meet the founders. So here are the founders. In the middle, you have Dawn. We got to meet Dawn actually today for like an hour, which is really nice.
She's on the call as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hi. Well, I mean, I said hi, but hi again, Dawn. Yeah, it was fantastic. This is an amazing project. So yeah, we go up for programs. The beautiful animations are showing, right? Yeah. But definitely design, and all of our developers. Yeah, shout out to Inez for that one though. It's then you scroll down and we made links to Google Forms so that, because they're gonna be running a mentor program in the fall. And so we just thought that this would like be the best way for now, in the meanwhile, if they ever wanted to have something up. So we have one for Find a Mentee. Yeah, and then we just have a regular like contact page here. So yeah, that's the website. Thank you all for watching. And then we have also, how do I make this
just click on it, I think.
Okay. It's really hard to, oh, look at that. Okay, yeah, it's magical. Yeah, this is our thank you page. We want to thank BELI, for the awesome work that they do. Like, there's not enough Black executives, that are up there. So, and it's not because they're not there, it's because they're not being put up there. So thank you, BELI. Big round of applause. Thank Pablo as well as Lucas for all of their help and support during the project, and thank you so. We want to thank the rest of all of our lovely team. I know the last person said that they lucked out, or the person before that, but we really did luck out. I was like, even if we don't get something working, I'm having a great time. We also want to thank Beyonce for dropping her album at this time. It was a necessary motivation. I forced everyone to listen to the album for the first 3 hours in the morning, and then I was like, maybe it should be, other music. So thank you for my team for putting up with that.
It was worth it.
Yeah. And then we also want to thank QueerTech for just having this space to be able to code for nonprofits. Woo! And that's it for us. So thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, that was perfect. I was actually listening to the Beyonce album this morning too. It got me through some accounting. It was great. Fantastic, that was great. And also, I just want to reiterate that some of these projects, they're not super complex, but they're complex enough, and they're super important to each of the nonprofits. Speaking from experience, there's a lot of information that we're trying to communicate all the time. Everything is important, and we're busy running programs and activities, and it's hard to think about some of these things. So every thought that you gave to these projects, every thought that you're thinking about how to implement, it's super useful to every organization. So again, thank you all. And now for Image+Nation. Yes.
Okay. So hi everyone. So first of all, I want to thank my team because y'all did an amazing job. It was very kind of complex. We not only had the back end, but also the front end to do. And we kind of divided the team from the get-go. And we had a team here, another team. It was great. So thank you all. And now I just want to say a disclaimer. So when I showed the presentation to one of the devs, they were like, oh, this looks like an engineering presentation. So bear with me. It's my fault. I take all, I don't take the credit, but I shouldn't take the credit. So I put some colors at the end. You'll see. So, yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'll talk about it. You don't have to look at it. So basically, the problem was that when you go online, you go on Google, you can't find anything. Let's say you want to find an actor, a queer actor, lesbian, bisexual, any identity, each region in Montreal, in Toronto, anything. When you Google it, it's not there. We tried it. Charlie showed it to us, and we were trying to find examples, and there was nothing. So that's the problem. So we needed to create kind of a foundation to where they could actually build this in the future. So really the goal was to really create a centralized information on the web and then make it sure that it's easy access and friendly to use. So we had a bit of the UX and UI part there. And then in the more of the backend, make sure that the database is stable, the relationships within the tables make sense. There was a lot of work there as well. So many different things. And I kind of consider this to be phase 0, and I'll talk about it a bit later. Also how they can, the next steps for Image+Nation. Great. So overall, what the final solution will look like, Really, the backend, front end will work together. There is a very stable way in mature technology using MySQL and PHP to kind of do the backend for websites. And this is, for example, what's being used for libraries and things like that, where you have a lot of information and you need to have it stored properly. So you can't just do everything on WordPress. You won't store that information. To like do other projects. Because part of the database, we really want it to be stable because let's say they want to have a virtual conference and they have to pull information from there. They can't take it from the web. They need to take it from something that's like good, I guess. So the two are working together, MySQL and PHP. And the good thing about WordPress, eventually, that's like part of the next phases, is that WordPress also uses PHP. So it's kind of easy to link the two. And if it becomes too customized and too complicated, we can also have like contractors and things like that. But we focus more on the backend and the UX UI for the day and a half that we had, well, day and 2 hours that we had. Yeah, so that's the overall solution. So this is more of the backend, and if anybody from the backend team, if they have anything to add, come and say it. But overall, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but what we really did on Friday, for example, was really trying to understand all of the data types, trying to see how they can work together and make sure that when we query this, it'll be efficient with the right keys, the right indexes, and all those things that makes the database, the use of the database itself. And today we were very happy to have Christian have his like MySQL instance. So we actually built the prototype, and we were able. So now we have it exported and documented on GitHub. So on GitHub you can just download it, and then you have your create script that will basically create the structure. So eventually, when we do go on the other phases, they'll be able to just run it and have some base something. So yeah, so that's overall, and you can see here a bit of what the tables would look like. So you have, for example, tables like artists, you have a bunch of columns, and that relates to the region, identity, location, and we need these things because if we want to make more of an interactive type of database thing on the web, like for example, I'm going to talk about it right after. Like for example, a map to find the actors. You need that information somewhere, and it can't just be a page that is not interactive itself. Great. So more on the front end side. Oh, there was anything to add? No. No. Okay. Front end side. So like I said, we separated the team in two, and here we're more on the UX UI. And I want to thank QueerTech once again for finding people last minute and come help us. And also thank you, Chow, with your friend Helena. She was amazing, and you were amazing too to create the whole thing. So thanks for that. Very last minute, all today. So yeah, so the user experience, we really focused on how they will be able to not only reference a database, because usually like libraries, it's kind of ugly, but how they can search and make sure that it's nice. So there's like two types. The first one is more like a shopping type of thing. Like when you go, you have your filters, your search bar, and that will basically populate all the different like artists and things like that while you're searching. So obviously this is like mock-up done in like 1 hour, but very nice. And then the other way of searching, it was more like a thing like Charlie wanted to do is kind of more map-based, where you could actually use the map and go into the details if you're looking for something in Montreal. And while you're searching in, filtering in, you're actually going to get the results of like more granular results in the bottom here. And the only way to really do that is if you have some type of reporting tool that you connect into your web. To do that, you need a solid database, which is why the whole point of the backend is really important. So that's overall, and all of these, like I won't go on the Figma because I don't have the link here. I'm sorry, my presentation's good. This is there, and then there's other stuff too. And before I forget, there's also some work on the right, which is more of like the process flow. So we had three types of users. We couldn't finish the third one, but we could do the first two, which is like, for example, if you're an artist and you have a movie, you're a director, and you want to add it to the database. So what exactly would be the process flow in the website itself? What are the types of decisions, the type of clicks that you're gonna make? And this will help eventually the developers, when they make it, be able to code that in PHP or WordPress and all of those things. So that was kind of also part of the work, to have more of a complete type of story of what the website should look like. Yeah, and then I've spent some time doing a bit of consulting, trying to do phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, but honestly, it's really like, not only I'm gonna show this to Charlie, but also I'll like work with him so we can make sure that we can go into these different phases and actually build the thing that we want to do. So like I said, today is like phase 0, like the basic prototype in the database side, and then the UX UI type of thing. And then obviously phase 1 is not only like finalizing both sides, but then eventually hiring and contracting some contractors to build the thing in their own servers. And eventually, obviously, implementation, and finally the future-proof thing, which is in the future, want to create virtual conferences, all the great ideas that Image+Nation has, they'll be able to leverage this technology to do those things. And immediate next steps, it's more like reminders of what to do like soonish, to be able to kind of start phase 1. And that summarizes everything. So thank you, everyone. And I really like the idea. So everyone in the team, stand up. I'm stealing. So stand up. Yes, and big round of applause. That's it.
Fantastic, thank you. That was a great presentation. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything was there, and thank you for that. It was great. Awesome. Next up is Buckskin Babes. Look at this, already ready up and on stage. So take it away.
Hi, everyone. Our project was develop a website for Buckskin Babes. And so the project description was essentially to create a website for them, and it's their digital media platform has their collective growth. We're looking for some folks with UX experience and web design and Workspace, which was something for us. So this is the timeline. On Friday, we brainstormed and create some concept design. Do you want to talk a little bit about it? What we did on Friday?
So yeah, the first day, some of the challenges with this project was that we didn't have a lot of content. Yeah, and just information in general on what the Buckskin Babes wanted, but we kind of filled some things in just to lay out like a homepage, a landing page. And so the first day was coming out with some mock-ups, and then the second day was applying that onto Squarespace. And yeah, there was a lot of challenges with trying to translate the mock-up, the high-fidelity designs into Squarespace. But I think we did a pretty good job, and we received a lot more assets the second day as well. Do you want to talk about it?
So yeah, the team was amazing because none of us was Squarespace savvy, and we started working. And this morning we created a GitHub rep, but we had to change everything at the last minute. And in the future, we're gonna write a documentation with e-commerce donations and how they can manage their website on their own as their collective grow. So this is what we created. This is the home about us. They wanted us to use our like fur or hide texture. So we created a who we are, about vision, high camps galleries. These pictures are awesome. Contact us form. A little bit more about that, and that's it.
Yeah, so myself personally, I'm a recent graduate, and I know some people here are students. Some people have been doing this for years. Personally, this was a really new experience for me. Thank God we had Jess, because huge help. And it was really complicated at first, but definitely none of us knew Squarespace, so that also was really difficult. But in the end, I think we made something really awesome, and because we didn't have a lot of content, we tried to focus on what they wanted, and they wanted like presence, to know like this is gonna grow in the future, but right now we want people to see what it is that we do and who we are. So we focus on showing their textures, as he said, and who they are. And we think we did a great job. So. Fantastic. I agree. I think the main goal was to create a presence for them, and I think you were able to accomplish that. And to go from no website to this website is fantastic. It's already going to help them tremendously. So thank you again for all of the hard work on that. Awesome. I think up next is AIESEC. Come on up. No, there we go. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, AIESEC, we have the problem with changing from Sending Blue to Amazon SES. And our solution was to create our own website to send emails, create email templates, and I have a login as well. About the project management, we decided to use Monday.com, and it was really helpful. Like, getting all the tasks here, everyone assigned, and as well like saying who's working on what, and as well what we're stuck with. And what does this mean by the future is that we're not able to work with the authentication. So that is something that will be worked on in the future and talk to the contractors, right? Yeah. As well as some backend stuff I don't understand. So what went well about the project management was the documentation was really good. They did really good code comments. And also assigning the tasks was really smooth, and like we all worked simultaneously. But there was some bottlenecks. We did not have enough front end and UI UX experience. This is why we were asking for help, and we got that at the end of the day. So key takeaways: know your team skills. That will be really helpful. Use like proper project management tool like Money.com, Jira, any other ones, and ask for help. Like ask for help is like the main thing in the help. Right. So about the backend.
Sure. So, for backend, they needed a few.
Can I have you move to the?
Oh, sorry, of course.
That's good.
Okay. So for the backend, they needed the pages to be hydrated with some of the data that we're gathering. So this is from their API translated to the frontend we were using. This is going to populate the templates and some of the other objects. It will create a beautiful form. I promise you, this is not the beautiful form.
Okay. Now, oh yeah, about what went well.
Oh, yes, of course. Went well. It was really easy to understand the needs. There was a great user stories for all parts of the app. No ambiguity. The requirements were clear. The type of the organization developer was helpful. Everything there went perfect. Some of the bottlenecks, we really did have to scope it down. We have a limited time here, so it's really the most impact we can do. Getting access to the API didn't happen until late today. So that sort of didn't actually get implemented, sadly. So that's where we are. Key takeaways. If there's going to be something that we need to integrate with them, prioritize that first so that they can use it as soon as they get done. And getting the unknowns out of the way is really key.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll be talking about the UX UI. So thank you, Jess, for starting the basic sketches and everything. Every project. And thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa is working online, so here. but Vanessa finished the prototype design. So we have the login page, and then now we have the contacts. And here on the contacts, it was they're all like tables we worked with mostly. And Vanessa really worked with the branding colors and the themes that were provided. We have the template list that you can choose from, another table again. And we have a template creator, which was really cool. So this is like the recommended templates to send marketing emails or event emails or whatsoever. And we have the creator itself, so that you can drag and drop text, images, and you save the template with the title, and you can like, it's really cool. And we have the sent email, so just like an inbox with all the emails that were sent. And honestly, what I was told was that there was no bottlenecks, and that it really went well, and that everyone like understood like the requirements that were given by the AIESEC team. And the key takeaways is that the collaboration and like communication is like everything to keep up like the progress going in like the short amount of time that we have. Now I'm gonna pass about the front end.
Yeah, for the front end, we tried. So we used React and Material UI because it's really easy to mock up something with those technologies. We try to be as close to the designs as possible. And as you can see, there are some tables, and this is as close as we could get to the template creator. But this is enough for a starting point, and anyone can just easily pick this up and build something really pretty.
Yeah, so like again, like thank you again for like amazing team and like awesome work, like really awesome work. And I don't know if you mentioned, but like we hooked up the back end and the front end, and everything worked well with like the database and everything. So it's really great. And thank you.
Amazing. That's really, really fantastic. And again, a lot of these projects are super ambitious. We understand that there's only a day and a couple of hours to try to get as far. And so, again, that's why I was asking that everybody document as much as they can so that the nonprofits can continue it forward. We're going to also continue to check in on the projects and make sure that we help them get to as close to completion as possible. So we love the documentation, we love the communication. It's going to help everybody as we move forward. All right, and then with that, our last project, community pizza, come on up. See if we can get this one working. Are you sure? Okay. I think it worked.
Can everyone hear me with the mask? Yeah. Okay, so for project 10, we're on project 10. This is project lead. So I'm just gonna explain a bit like the problem, the situation that we had, and then you'll explain how we solved it. So we ran a gender gear program. We offer gender affirming articles for free to queer and trans youth in the city. And there's a lot of other programs like ours across the city. But the problem was that we don't really communicate one org to the other. So we think, oh, we don't have this size. So we go out, we order it, we spend more money on it. Another org in the city probably had it. Now that youth is waiting 6 to 8 weeks for the order to arrive. It causes them a lot of distress. It uses up more of our resources than are necessary. And so that was a huge issue because we could probably offer a lot more gender gear and get it to youth a lot faster, to connect them to more services in the city if we communicate better. So that's why we asked to have like a sort of database inventory management sort of master system, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, hi everyone. It feels like a Friday, but it's not. And I can't believe it. I'm just Saturday's gone. And Adam, I have an eye on the checklist outside, and I really want to finish this fast and get some. Okay, so Project 10 supplies free gender gears to people between 14 and 25 in and around Montreal. So their biggest problem was they have a stock of gender gear, but let's say somebody wants something very specific and they don't have it, but there are always other organizations who are nearby who has the same thing in stock. So rather than being able to communicate and find out what the other organization have, they end up ordering those items, which means it costs money. And both the organizations end up with a stock of items that they are not being distributed, but at the same time, there are a few items that goes fast, the order keeps accumulating. This did not feel like an efficient way of management. So that's when we thought, you know what, let's see what your current process is. So Project and what actually did is they had a Google form that they shared with the people who wanted the gender gear. They asked them to fill out a lengthy Google form which went by email. They manually collated everything and created on Excel. The screenshots are not very clear, but you can see how much sheets they have, how many columns they have. They manually picked up everything, every order that is in progress, that is pending shipment, that is fulfilled, everything. They maintained it on an Excel sheet. And there are a lot of other organizations who actually did that in paper. They have clipboards that they strike out, they take check off and stuff. So we thought, this is not great. These are people who help the community be better, and we wanted to make their life a bit easier. So we thought, okay, how do we fix this? Do we want to reinvent the wheel, or let's start something from the scratch? So I had Ace and Michael burning the midnight oil. They both actually worked all night yesterday, and I'm surprised how you guys are still awake. So they they burned the midnight oil trying to find a solution that we can build from scratch, something totally out of the box. But it did not actually unfortunately work. Today morning when we came in, it was a snafu. We were literally like, are we even going to be able to get this done? But that is when the teamwork actually, it's amazing how everybody, even though everybody's from a different background, they all actually came together. We found a plan. We thought, okay, let's pick an existing web app, modify this, make sure Project 10 realizes their goal. It's not about how we develop. At the end of the day, do we solve the problem or not? It doesn't matter what is in the backend. It doesn't matter how much we struggle. If the work gets done, everybody's going to go home happy. So with that thought in mind, we picked up and used something similar to Squarespace called Shopify, and this is the website we have built. So we have a landing page, you log in, you get in, you see different organizations that are actually part of the program. You click on the organization, you'll be able to see the different gender gifts available. So you click on it, you'll be able to select size, shape, style, everything. You can add a cart. So we literally transformed the way they did business from an Excel sheet and paper to having a full-blown e-commerce website. Everything is free of cost, so somebody who wants to order, they don't even actually have to put in their credit card information or anything. So they can either select pick from the place or ship to my address, select the products, select the organization, add to cart, checkout. It's totally non-invasive on everybody's privacy, so we love that idea. So they have inventory management now, and the similar organization can share the same inventory. They can add it to their list. They can tag it with their own organization name so that when somebody looks for something and they want to collect it from Project 10, if it is not available, let's say Binder, Project 10 does not have a Razorback version, they will always be able to see. Maybe a similar organization, CGA, may have it and it's just maybe on the next street. I'll just catch a metro, go pick it up, rather than waiting for Project 10 to order it, ship it for 6 to 8 weeks. So that's what we did. And it is working fine. We have a prototype. We have few things to do in the future. We want to set up email notifications. So somebody orders, you get a confirmation, you guys ship out something, whoever orders it knows what is happening. So really, thank you very much for my team, Megan, Meena. Without you guys, we would not have been able to do something. And that's Bert. Bert, you're there? Can you guys stand up? These three people, actually, they are as versatile as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was a great presentation. All of those presentations were really fantastic. I'm really proud of all the work that everybody did here. And the teamwork that happened in this space. It was really, really special to see and be a part of. And as I said, we're going to take these projects forward, make sure that they get completed. So My ask for you is that if you participated in a project, that you be available for any questions, and if you have time for volunteering, be available for that as well. We want to see these nonprofits go away happy and make sure that they have what they need to take it to the next step, whether that's documentation to hand to a developer or to a design firm or whatever it is, that they have the things to move into the next phase. With that, I want to say, before we wrap up, again, it was such an honor to be a part of this event and to be connected to all of you. We are asking for 3 people to do interviews. I know you all heard me going around the rooms asking for interviews, so if I can get 3 volunteers, you can meet Naomi, who's doing the videography for us after the event. Thank you to everybody online for participating. I'm going to go ahead and stop. Actually, I'm not going to stop the recording because there's one more announcement. And that announcement is that we have saved the date for our first ever Cutie Connect conference, or Cutie Conference is what we're calling it. And this is the first time we're inviting all of our members to come together. It's limited space, it'll be in Toronto, but we're going to try to encourage as many people to come and participate, whether virtually or in person. It's going to focus on 3 areas: access to tech, advancement within tech, or fostering entrepreneurship. So wherever you are in your career, there will be some content for you. We're excited. It's our test product. We're excited to get it out into the world. We hope that you participate however you can and that you share it. If you can't come, maybe you can attend a session virtually or participate in the job fair that's going to be happening virtually as well. So there's lots of opportunities to participate. We're going to be growing the community beyond the conference across Canada. We're super excited that you're all part of the QD family now, and we're all excited to see what happens in the future. And with that, I just want to say thank you again for an amazing year, an amazing PrideHacks. Oh my God, I always get teared up. Because it's special. Every year I was coming to this event since, I guess, 2018 was my first year. 2019 I came and I was coming from New York. Now I live here. I get to see it happen from beginning to end. It's been really, really phenomenal. And it's such an amazing way to kick off Pride. So before we let everybody go, does anybody else want to share anything? Takeaways? No, Pablo, of course.
Of course. No, I just want to say thank you again for coming, but I want you to give him a big, huge applause. And of course, Lucas, who is not with us, we miss you. Please give Lucas also a huge applause for working so hard on this. And now, anyone who wants to share, come here. Don't be shy. Tell us how this year will go for you.
Awesome. Or if you have an ask and offer, we do this at our meetup events. Does anybody have an ask or an offer? Anything that they want to tell the community? Anything they want to share with each other? This is your 30 seconds. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But if not, we'll just take it with that. I know it's been, oh, we have one.
I'm all about talking, apparently. I told Christina, I was like, I'm not gonna go up, I'm not gonna go up, and then now I'm here. I really enjoyed this event, it's been great. I like the idea of ask and offer. I think one thing as a queer community we need to be more mindful of is like not saying like you guys, because like we're not men, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, you might be a man, but I'm not a man, you know, and like some of other people don't identify as a man as well. So it's important to be like y'all or like team or, you know, and I think that's like a good thing. Like in a queer space, it's like that should be like the standard. So, you know, call yourself out, call other people out, and like really be proactive on that, you know. And the same thing with being like sir, ma'am, you know, being like, oh, person 1, person 2, you know, like change it up, but I think that's something that's super important, and it's something that we all need to step up on, including myself. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I catch myself all the time, so I appreciate that call out, and we're all trying to do better. Awesome, come on up.
So hello, this is our first PrideHacks, first time night in Montreal.
So I know look really random at the front of the door, but actually we are the QueerTech research branch, if I can say so. So we are currently in our phase 2 doing qualitative research. We're doing some interviews with people from the community to better understand the queer experience, the lived experiences of the queer community. So we would just wanted to tell you that stay tuned. Some results will come in September. So it will probably be shared on the website. Anything? Email address?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Maybe if you want to get in touch with us, you can contact us at research@queertech.org. So yeah, and we're still getting people to interview. And if you want to fill out our survey, that would be really helpful. So research@queertech.org. And thank you so much. It was an amazing event.
Yep.
A big round of applause for these two. They're students in the university. They've been helping us on a research project. It's been an amazing experience to see how that's come from just an idea all the way through phase 2. So, and it'll be, we're creating an industry report from it. We're creating an academic report from it. So you'll see all of those reports coming out in the fall with all of that analysis happening. Really exciting stuff happening, and it's being powered by the community, for the community, right? So we're really excited about that. Anybody else? Ask, offer, come on up.
Hello, I'm very nervous. But I guess I just wanted to say thank you to people who were gracious enough to share their experience and knowledge with me. I'm super new to coding, super new to the tech world, but it was very nice and special, especially to work with other queer and trans people. It was a really meaningful experience for me. So just thank you so much.
Great. Anyone else? Yeah, okay. Yes, the superstar here.
So I just quit my job. I used to work at Wattpad. If anybody used or knows Wattpad, I used to work there for a bit. But it was really cool getting back into working or just doing UI UX because I wanted to have a break from that. Working burnt me out, but I wanted to offer if anybody needs UI UX work or any any gigs. I'm freelancing now and I want to kind of make a career out of freelancing because I don't want to work 40 hours a week. So yeah, I'm available for any UI UX work. Where do you find you, Jack? Oh, I will post my contact in the QueerTech Discord. Yeah, but yeah, thank you.
Phenomenal. And thank you for mentioning the Discord. We opened that community, I think just a few months ago. We're seeing, I think it's over 200 now of people on Discord. It's a growing community. Now, Fel and I host office hours every Wednesday from 1 to 3. So, if you ever want to come, just say hi. Come say hi. If you have questions about your resume or what interview or career advice or connections to companies or experiences that you're having, how to navigate experiences, anything. We're here to be a resource for you as well as to connect you to the resources that the community have. We understand that we're a conduit to a lot of different resources, but we are only 2 human beings. So we're trying to help disseminate as much information as possible to as many people as possible. So come visit us Wednesdays, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Discord. We try to be there as often as we can. And if we're not there, we always have somebody there to take in those questions. Great. Well, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure again. Great success. Big round of applause for everybody here. And if we have to run, I understand, but if not, I would love to get a group picture before we all go our separate ways. So we'll arrange up here and then we'll get out of this space as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, if there's food, there's some Ziploc bags. Feel free to pack it up and take it. And we'll get out of here as quickly as possible. Please clean up your rooms if you have any stuff left in there. And thank you again to everybody.
You're